morning. Today I will be examining the text structures and language features of an online text-based and an audio-visual-based media article. The negative representations constructed in both articles are used to disempower the Boko Haram militant group. The first text I will be analysing is the online print-based text. The most salient text feature of this media is the headline. The headline informed me that a group named Boko Haram was using female suicide bombers in an attempt to kill 100,000 people. I also learnt that Boko Haram had been linked to ISIS. After reading the title, I scanned the picture and caption. From doing this, I learnt that the military had been patrolling in Maiduguri. Next, I read the leading paragraph for more detailed information. The leading paragraph confirmed that Boko Haram is an Islamic militant group. It also informed me that they have claimed more than 10,000 lives in only 1 year. The use of the phrases worldwide notoriety and intensifying carnage created a strong emphasis on disempowering Boko Haram. Before reading the remaining text, I glanced at the hyperlinks, but did not think they were worth my attention at the time. The body text mainly focused on the increasingly salient role of females within the militant group. Although the text made it clear that Boko Haram was a bad group, disempowerment was clearly not the sole purpose of the article. The author focused more on informing the audience rather than persuading them. After I finished reading the remaining text, I read the comments. By doing this, I learnt that most people strongly agreed with the author. Next, I looked at the related content. As there were no relevant articles, I stopped reading. In text 1, the author uses a large variety of language features to provoke the reader in a way that makes them feel negatively towards Boko Haram. Examples of these language features can be seen in the table below. Emotive language is used to provoke reactions from the readers. Intensifiers have been used to exaggerate specific statements. Modality is used to express various levels of certainty, and facts and numbers are used to give credibility to a statement. Ultimately, it's clear that text 1 uses a combination of text structures and language features to consistently represent the Boko Haram militant group and the use of female suicide bombers in a negative way. It's also clear that the author focuses on informing the reader more than persuading them against Boko Haram. Unlike text 1, the first thing that drew my attention in the audio-visual article was the video. However, I decided to read the headline before playing the video so that I could find out what it was about. From reading the headline, I learnt that Boko Haram was a militant group and that they were using children as suicide bombers in Nigeria. After reading the headline, I scanned through the information in the blurb. By doing this, I learnt that Boko Haram was trying to make an Islamic state in Africa and that they used 2 suicide bombings to kill 20 people over the weekend. Having already been positioned to view Boko Haram as a violent, murderous group, I watched the video. The video focused mostly on the use of children as suicide bombers. In the video, the use of child suicide bombers was described as morally repugnant, which I thought was a very provocative statement. It was clear that the aim of the video was to persuade the audience to feel strongly against Boko Haram and the Islamic State. This differed slightly to text 1, which was more focused on informing the audience. When I had finished watching the video, I glanced at the interactive content, related content, and recommended content sections, but I found no relevant articles, so I stopped reading. In text 2, body language and tone of voice is used to make a greater impact on the audience than the text alone could make. This creates a more significant social impact. Text 2 contains 5 main language features. Examples of these language features can be seen in the table below. Evaluative language is used to tell the reader that what Boko Haram is doing is wrong. Emotive language is used to provoke a response from the reader. Intensifiers are used to exaggerate particular statements. Modality is used to express various levels of certainty, and quotes have been used to give credibility to a statement. Ultimately, it's clear that text 2 consistently represents the Boko Haram militant group in a negative way. In conclusion, both texts have very similar results. Both articles clearly disempower Boko Haram and the use of suicide bombers, and both articles could play a significant role in swaying public opinion against not only Boko Haram but also the Islamic culture, religion and law. Thanks for listening to my news media comparison on the disempowerment of Boko Haram, and please remember to always be a critical reader of news media.